I know technically the Jays win this series 2 out of the 3 against the Mariners, but I'd be lying if I sat here and talked to you guys and said, I'm okay with it. Because with one of your aces on the mound in Kevin Gausman, who didn't have his best start, but still gave you 5 innings of only 2-run ball, your offense is squandered again. The last 2 days, you basically you've scored 10 runs in 3 games. Again, against a team like the Mariners, who allows more than 4 a game. Like their team ERA is north 4. And all the runs that they scored yesterday was on an error. Technically, it was a triple, but off a horrendous throw from Steven Souza. And today, all you get is a bases loaded walk from Vladdy. That's it. Top of the first inning, Jesse Winker hits a sacrifice fly. Frazier scores, and the Mariners lead at 1-0. By the way, the Jays lost 5-1 and are now 20-18 on the season. Bottom half of the third inning, Jays got 2 on and nobody out. All right, maybe you can get something going here. You end up getting runners on the corners, then they couple walks, and then boom goes the dynamite Vladdy with a bases loaded walk. In comes Matt Chapman. And the Jays have tied the game and won. Whoop-de-doo. But they can't get anything else going. Right? With the bases loaded, 2 out, a chance to break this game open, they can't do it. And then top half of the 5th inning, off of Gausman. Raley, the number 9 hitter, the catcher. Remember, they don't have a guy like a lot of the guys that didn't make the trip because they're not vaxxed. And he hits a solo bomb off of Kevin Gausman, a guy who does not give up many home runs. He gives up to a number 9 hitter who's hitting under 100 on the season. Yet he still has a couple bombs going into today, but defeats the purpose. And now the Jays trail 2-1. And at this point, when you've had the very minimal offense the Jays have gotten to this point, it's pretty bad. And the offense, once again, can't get anything going, right? Top of the 7th inning, Trevor Richards, they're trying to make him go 2 innings of work. Ty France, a 2-run bomb. In comes Adam Frazier, and now you're down 4-1. The way the offense is all dried up like crazy, you're not scoring 4 runs. And in the top of the 9th inning, Abraham Toro, the Canadian boy, hits a solo bomb off of Ross Stripling. And the Jays lose 5-1. The only bright spot, Santiago Espinal. Couple hits in the game, went 2 for 4, bringing that OPS nearing 800, which is incredible for him. But other than that, the offense sucked again. Like, you barely get opportunities, and when you get opportunities, you're not capitalizing. Especially in that 3rd inning, where you have 2 on, nobody out. And then at one point after the bases loaded walk, you have the bases loaded and 2 out. You're a chance to, if you get a base hit, you get a 2-run lead. Hey, if you get a home run, you're up 5-1 and you're buzzing at that point. But no, you can't get that clutch knock. And you only score the 1, and we're playing the whole, well, at least we tied it. No, none of that nonsense anymore. That was earlier in the season. Now when we're, almost 40 games into the year, we're at that point where these guys got to start making it happen. We talked so much about, well, this offense, they're bound to get going at some point. We're almost 40 games in. We cannot continue to say this. And it's not like just one guy's not hot or once in a while. This is almost a regular occurrence for the Toronto Blue Jays, where they can't get any offense going. The first game of this series was an anomaly. The one game against the Rays was an anomaly. We were getting clutch hits, some home runs from Danny Jansen, from Teo, and we're like, whoa, this is beautiful to watch. But in the last 2 games of the series, they've been right back to what they've been doing before. He scored 3 runs yesterday, basically on an error. Basically. It was a horrendous route. And today, you get 1 run on a bases loaded walk. You don't even put the ball in play. Now, you can't fault Vladdy for that. He did his job. The run comes in. But you don't get anything else. It's bad right now. These guys got to find a way to turn it on, and they got to get going here. Yeah, they're technically in this playoff spot with this expanded playoff nonsense, but I can speak for every Jason. We don't want this damn expanded playoff thing. We don't want that nonsense. Give us a real playoff spot, whether it's a real wild card spot or the real divisional spot, which is looking very bleak so early in the season. They got to find a way to string wins and to start getting some clutch hits. They're one of the worst teams in the league in hitting with runners in scoring position, and it is showing bad. Let's talk about the pitching staff and what they did today. All right. Obviously, I said Kevin Gausman didn't have his best stuff. They were laying off his splitter quite a bit in this one. 5 innings. He allowed 7 hits over those 5 innings. 2 runs, obviously, solo bomb and the sac fly. Only struck out 3, so again, not a Kevin Gausman outing, and did walk a batter, so that's crazy as well. But overall, 5 innings, a 2-run ball, you can't fault him for battling through it. And he did a fine job even when his stuff wasn't the best and he wasn't getting the chases that he usually does. Trevor Richards, I thought he was doing a fine job before he gave up a meatball to Ty France, which you can't do. An inning and 2/3, allowed 2 hits over those. Inning and 2/3 was not too bad, but the 2-run shot is the problem. Did strike out 2 batters, didn't walk anybody. Ryan Bruckey went out there for a third of an inning, got the 1 batter that he faced, and Ross Stripling went 2 innings, allowed only 1 hit, but it was a solo bomb. And, the 1 run, 2 strikeouts, and a walk for Ross Stripling. So the pitching staff, again, they honestly weren't bad, right? If you look at the final few frames, they had, here we go, an inning and 2/3, 2 innings. In the final 4 innings of this contest, they allowed, 3 hits? Not bad. Problem was, 2 of them were long balls. So that was a problem. But I'm not going to blame them because they don't deserve that. The offense is what needs to be blamed, and it's going to continue to be blamed until they figure it out. Now, Jays fans, let me have a real talk with you before I wrap this thing up. This upcoming series is against the worst team in all of baseball. The Cincinnati Reds are usually, you see a lot of teams from the National League or from the West Coast come over for 2 games, right? You see that sometimes. No. It's a 3-game set at Rogers Center. 3-game set against the worst team in baseball. We've talked so much earlier in the year about, the schedule is so difficult. You are playing the worst team in baseball. You won the series against the Mariners, as much as it doesn't feel like a series win considering how they've played. But you won the series no matter what, and they have the worst team in baseball coming to town. If anything less than 2 out of 3 is a downright abomination. And yeah, people are looking at the pitching staff and go, well, you are facing Luis Castillo and the young and Hunter Green. Who cares, man? If this team is going to be a top-tier offense, they got to beat these guys. And if they're not a good team, they are not a good team. I mean, when you've won less than 10 games so far, they might have got to the 10-win mark. They were really bad they were like 3-17 or 3-18 or whatever. No, 3-22. I can't remember. When I was in California, I was seeing those losses just rack up. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. That team is not good. And if you're the Jays, anything less than 2 out of 3, even 2 out of 3 would be But anything less than that is a downright disgrace. Luis Castillo and Hyun Jin Ryu is a pitching matchup on Friday. It's a 7:07 first pitch, and then seeing if Ryu can build off of that start that he had against the Rays. On Saturday, you got Hunter Green. This is going to be a great matchup, though. Hunter Green versus Alek Manoah, the 2 young right-handers going at it. 3:07 first pitch of Rogers. And the finale, I believe it's former Blue Jay Connor Overton is getting the ball for I think it's Overton. How many guys have the last name Overton? I believe it's him on Sunday afternoon versus Yusei Kikuchi, who's been very good over his last few outings. And finally, he's going to play a team that's not very good. So maybe we'll see what the Kikuchi can do against a not so great lineup. And that's at 137. That rounds out the 3-game set against the worst team in all of baseball. You got to find a way to take care of these games. We're watching teams like the Yankees. We talk about all in the early parts of the season. Well, the Yankees are just beating up on bad teams. Well, now the Jays get a chance to face these bad teams. They got to do a job. Look, all this offense nonsense aside, you got to find a way against this team to get 3 wins. I mean, it's tough. I get it. I understand it. But you go out there, you get 3 wins, you get your offense going, you get the positivity vibes flying, everyone's feeling good because they're making content, they're making harder content, they're scoring runs, it's great. That stuff will carry over into series to follow because they're feeling good again, which they haven't really all year long. Take advantage of this part of your schedule. You didn't against Seattle, but now you're playing which doesn't make any sense to me, but you're playing a worse team in Cincinnati. Do a job. And I'm going to leave you guys there. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and did not enjoy the ball game today, because not fun. Smash the like button. Do appreciate that. Then subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. Would you like? Would you not like? From today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays, I liked Espinal. And that's really about it. I like Bruckey getting 1 out and not allowing any runs. That's about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Twitter link is down below as well, so follow up, send me a DM, do that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below as well, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already, and I will talk to you guys. All right, Jays Nation. We'll talk to you. This is an off day tomorrow, off day Thursday, before the Jays take on the Cincinnati Reds on Friday at Rogers Center. Luis Castillo gets the ball for the Reds. Hyun Jin Ryu gets the ball for the Jays. 7:07 first pitch there. For God's sakes, can you get us a win and get some offense going against a good pitcher in Castillo? Please get it done. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not to the game today. We'll talk to you guys then.